At one point during the conversation, the woman also shared that she had no financial resources or assets to support herself. This statement revealed some of her personal struggles. She faced challenges beyond the current situation, which might have contributed to her behavior. However, despite these personal challenges, the officer knew that he had to focus on the facts and the seriousness of the situation.
So, and I was trying to get the kids ready because we both mutually get them ready, take the kids to school and everything. Yeah. But he wasn't letting me help get them ready. And I was like, okay, well, I made them breakfast. What are we going to do? Like, can I take the kids to school? Like, what is the plan this morning? Because, like, just don't worry about it. I got it. Okay, but like, I mean, we have an infant, and I'm just like, okay. What's the plan when after work? Are you picking them up? We usually go to the gym every day after work. I said, what's the plan? Like, are you picking them up? Or are we going? Don't worry about it. I got it. You're not in the picture anymore. And it's just like, it's the mind games. Like I want to be just as involved, but again.
Okay, sis, gotta stop it right here. She said that they had an infant, which tells me, she was speaking before, that they have problems ongoing back and forth for longer than just this little incident right here, right? Which tells me you got an infant. The problem must have been resolved or solved for you to have an infant right now by the same dude. The problem y'all made up somewhere in between that little dispute that y'all had, right?
Right.
So now he's telling you, don't you worry about it. I got the kids. You go ahead and just go on about your business, do your day, right? That pissed you off because you felt like he was throwing shade on you as a mom. That made you start putting hands on him. What if he had reacted to you touching him, like putting your hands on him, and he hit you one time? It would have been a bigger mess. You would have two parents. Their career could have been messed up, all because of the no non-trust issues, trust issues.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with everything that you've said on that. I really don't have anything to add on that little clip, sis. Boy, Laverne, y'all better listen. You getting the game. You getting the whole game. If you're a woman or you're a female, you're getting gems on how to read people, read people's behavior, read people's responses, listen to what they say, look at the body language, look at the behavior. All of those things matter. Whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you're dealing with somebody from a professional standpoint or level, whether it's from a relationship, whether it's with your children, whether it's with people you don't know, y'all better learn how to read people.
Yes, and also I want to add for the ladies out here that may be in similar situations, make sure that you have a little nest egg set to the side that nobody knows you may have. So if you have children and stuff, you may just have to walk away with something. Have your little stash. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, especially if you know you living dirty and raggedy, you cheating women, and you side bitches. Okay? Make sure you got your own shit and stop relying on the man. Okay? Because he can cut you off immediately.
What a great suggestion. See, you side bitches and you side pieces, all of y'all being drop gems too.
I'm trying to play this perfect narrative to everybody else, but he's trying to play the perfect narrative.
So what did he accuse you of today, if anything?
Oh, having sex with multiple men over the weekend, entertaining other men in my DMs. When people tell me, my stuff is really locked down. I added people that I went to the academy with. I was with them every day for 9 weeks straight. I have a right to have them as a friend. If they heart one of my stuff, or if they call me pretty, like, it sucks, but I mean, I'm not saying.
Well, hold on, sis. Hold on. She says she have a right to add, meet new friends and add them to her DM and stuff. She have a right to do it. Why do you have a right to add strangers, men, to your DMs giving you compliments when you have a husband? You don't have that right. I don't understand why she thinks she have a right to do it. That's what she said.
And I would even take it a step further to ask her if it would be okay if her husband matches her energy and they both have a mutual understanding that they could both go outside of the marriage. If not,
that's what they need.
Because it strikes me that she would not be okay if he did that.
Right. She wants to do it, but she wants him to be dad, provider,
Yeah.
husband, and all of those things. So yeah, yeah, it seems like it's a lot of one-sided, and I think since it's so one-sided, that causes the man to be overprotective when it comes to tracking her phone and all the stuff that he's doing for security reasons to spy on her. It's just no trust there at all, at all.
Yeah, at all, at all. I also wonder too, sis, because he seems to be a lot more established and a lot more grounded and have more time in the military, seeing as though she's just graduated from what was it, basic training?
Yes, uh-huh. For
Okay. Which
drill
was
sergeant. Hmm.
right. So it sounds like she met him, they got married and had children while he was possibly already military.
That's what it sounds like to me. I think so because they couldn't have known each other because if so, they wouldn't be having this problem.
That come on now. That was where I was going. Finishing my thought. That's it, Laverne, right there.
Thank you. And then that's it. If they try to go further, I don't let them, but none of them have.
Yeah.
But just because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty, nothing has gone further than a compliment. But because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty, it's a, you need to respect that I'm married. Don't tell me I'm pretty. He has a problem with it.
Okay. I mean, that's
In these conversations, I don't hear her mention her husband at all. I don't hear her say, okay, when I'm interacting with these people on social media and boot camp and basic training, whatever she got going on, her husband is not included in that conversation. The only time she speaks of him is when she wants to be victim.
Right. And she says that these guys are telling her he's seeing this. So the husband is witnessing and seeing all of her social media stuff because he's a hacker for the government, United States, or I mean for the army. Okay, so she's saying that these guys are telling her that she's pretty. He's getting upset because she don't stop them and say, "Okay, I have a husband." Well, yeah, duh. I mean, really?
These people crazy. Crazy.
sounds exhausting and toxic. And I'm sure it pushes you beyond your limit. Would you say that's accurate?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine dealing with that. And it's extra hard when you have kids.
Yeah.
And that makes it that much worse.
Yeah.
So has it ever gotten physical with you guys?
Multiple times.
Okay. What has
I
happened
should
in
have
those?
filed the best on him before he did me.
What
They
happened?
go to tears.
And there goes the admission that I should have filed before he did me. She confirmed it.
And that's why she mad and crying and
Big.
trying to get sympathy because he beat her to the punch.
He didn't just beat her to the punch. He beat her to the punch with his ducks in a row.
Yes, and she's in trouble, and her career is pretty much tarnished by
Yep.
her behavior of putting her hands on him. And if he'd ever, which I believe he did, put his hands on her in some way that was not lovingly, she just got caught.
She just the one that got caught because he played the game a little bit better than she did.
Yep.
He's locked me in my closet. I have that one on video. He's locked me in my closet. And physical abuse. He won't let me leave. So he'll grab me, put me up against the. He tries to confine me into corners and closets.
How does he do that?
By grabbing me, he's strong. He's held me down multiple times.
When did that happen?
It was a while ago. It was like 2020, 2021.
So you've been with this man all these years with he locking you in closets and cornering you up and restraining you and keeping you from being able to move about as an adult woman, and you stay with him, but now you want to bring it out. And then on top of that, you wouldn't even be talking to this officer if it wasn't for him. He beat you to the punch. He came, but now you think it's supposed to turn in your favor because you done turned on the waterworks and you
Yes.
realizing that ish done got real.
He locked you in the closet in 2021. That's what she said, right? But they
Yep.
just have they
She
just
said
have
2020 or 2021.
right,
So
but
she
she
couldn't
has
even really remember.
right, but you got an infant child now. See, since then.
Mhm.
So you mean to tell me you're accepting that behavior, and he did that back then, and most recently he haven't done anything to you, because that's not what you said. You said in 2020 and 2021 he locked you in the closet. He have not touched you since then, because if he did, you would have mentioned it. And here we are now, right? Almost going to 2025. Not sure exactly the date of this video, but it's not that old. You got an infant child, okay, and you cheated on him in between all of that. Come on now, look. And why would he lock you in the closet? Not that he have a reason to do that, because you should never do anything like that. But what was the cause of that? I mean, I'm just listen. They needed to separate.
We just asking. We just asking. I mean, these are questions that really we would like some clarification on, but at the same time, you kind of giving it to us based on how you communicate. And just keep on talking, sis.
What else happened?
I put my hands on him. I'm sure there's no way out of that. Like, I'm sure he has video. I saw a security camera.
Did you put your hands on him today?
Maybe.
Kelly.
I mean, I'm sure you guys saw videos. I'm sure you guys have proof.
But again, I need your side.
You're hearing this.
Okay. But here's the thing. If there's just a video of you going up and hitting somebody, I'm not in your mind at that moment. I'm not hearing what's going on with your thoughts. Okay? I'm not
just always. He tries to make me fearful of him. He tries to intimidate me. He's manipulative. He plays psychological games with me, and I don't know how to combat them the proper way.
And that's when I turn.
Well, if you know that, then why let it get all the way to this point when you still producing children?
That part says that's where I'm baffled. Why? Is it because the more children you have, even in the military, you get more money? Is it? I mean, what's going on? What's up with that? It can't be love. What is it? Security? And you said that he has everything, and he controls everything, right? But you do have a bank account. He even controls that. I mean, what is keeping you there? That's the question.
That's the question. I got my own suspicions, but I'll keep them to myself for now.
Physical?
Yes,
okay.
He messes with me so much, and threatens that he's going to make sure that I'm so financially, mentally, psychologically paralyzed that I will never be able to overcome our separation, because I want to leave. So he's going to make sure he does anything possible to get any documents off me to hurt me so bad that at the end of the day he's the winner. And it doesn't even need to be a winner or a loser.
No, it shouldn't be that a win or lose situation. It's not a game, but I know you're saying that's his perspective. So when he acts like that, when he makes you feel like you couldn't be independent,
we have done counseling, and they've said if you feel like it gets to that, if you're going to probably put your hands on him, if it's going to get violent, you need to be able to walk away. And I used to be able to leave, but he made it to where he would take my car keys, he would take my cell phone, take my debit card, he would make it to where I couldn't leave.
Yeah. Did that happen today? Did he take any?
No, but that's just his.
Because he don't trust you, and he's not investing in you. He's investing in your children because you done checked out of the marriage, if you was ever checked in. But based off of the way that you carry yourself and that you're behaving, I'm not saying that he's all right, but what I am saying is that how you're conducting yourself and moving has hit the spotlight. That's what we're seeing. We're not seeing all of these things that you're saying. We have to go off of the information that you're providing, but you don't put hands on this man, which you didn't exercise good judgment from the beginning. If you were aware that those cameras was there at the house, how long have you been with this man? You're procreating, you are acting as an organization that's supposed to be cohesive for the entire family unit. But you want to be single with marriage benefits, and it don't work like that.
Exactly. And let me just add this piece in here. If someone, like you hear this officer pretty much interrogating her, getting information, the first thing a woman would have said is that, yeah, I cheated, but he cheated too. Have you heard that? She would have been through that out there. This man has never cheated on her that she know of. Right? Because if they did, don't you think that she would have mentioned that in this interview? Right? So that tells me that this gentleman, although he may have cheated, She don't know anything about it, have never found anything on him. She may suspect some things, but she has blatantly been out there cheating on him, and she has also put her hands on this man because it's on camera. We don't see the incident or that he put her in the closet. That's just what she's saying. So right now, I got to say I'm leaning toward the gentleman.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great observation. Man, this whole story, this all the pieces are coming together, and to the point where
Yes.
we really don't need any more context than the context that's given. So we only have a few more minutes left in the video, and normally we wouldn't play the entire video, but you need all of these pieces in order to make the conversation valid and to give the same context to our viewers as opposed to us as well. We're all looking at the same story.
Yes, and I want to add one more thing. If you guys can just still pay attention to her body language, she is turning to the side of the officer. So that tells me that she's still lying. She's not facing the officer like she's confident in the things that she is saying to her. She's not looking in the officer's face. She's put on lip gloss. She did all of that, but she's not directly looking at the officer stating her case, which tells me that she's not firm in what she's saying. She's being deceitful.
And I also want to add to that too, is that again, in my opinion, she was prepared and equipped, and it becomes more natural and less of an effort to interact with a male police officer. But if you look at how she's behaving, I would venture to say that this is her natural behavior that would be in front of a male officer. So this is her default. This is, in my opinion, she doesn't know what to do with herself dealing with the female, but she's still operating where she's comfortable or what she knows. She's very versed and has experience, in my opinion, with manipulating men.
She does, and like you said in the beginning, she really does. Because if this was a male police officer interviewing her, you better believe she would be facing him. He would be able to see her tears, but she knows that this female officer sees her. That's the whole deal. That's why she like that.
Period. Let's go.
Pattern. Yeah. Like, he's smart. He got me good today. Maybe he set it up perfectly to where it was right in front of our camera. He's so smart.
So did you put your hands on him today?
After carefully collecting all the information, the officer made his decision. The man's video evidence and the woman's inconsistent statements left little doubt that the woman had been involved in the altercation.
So she gave inconsistent statements. So she gave them cause to believe that a lot of what she was saying was not necessarily true.
Yes, and now she's getting locked up, which means that's going to mess up her the career that she has as far as a drill sergeant, just passing that class as being a drill sergeant. Oh, she can kiss that goodbye. She can kiss some of that goodbye, for real, for real.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
The officer determined that despite her efforts to avoid responsibility, she was the primary suspect. He had no choice but to act and ensure that she was held accountable for her actions. When the officer moved to arrest the woman, she resisted.
I mean, if the answer is yes, I want to hear the because.
There is no because. It's not right. There's no reason why.
I mean, I'm not justifying it, but at the same time, you can only be pushed so far. Did you just lose your cool? You said in the past you've been able to walk away.
I've tried a couple of times until he made it to where I wouldn't be able to.
Okay. And were you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, he's done it. I've been able to walk, but I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
My friends have spouses, their own lives. Like,
yeah,
I have nowhere to go.
So you feel trapped.
Of course.
Did you feel trapped today?
It's not even that I felt trapped today. It was just like, I hate that he wants to get the last word and I don't care about letting him. It's not about getting lost with or not. It's just about him telling me, him always threatening me with the children or with just life,
Yeah.
finances and stuff.
Did he do that today?
Of course.
What specifically did he threaten you with?
That he was going to ruin my military career. That he was going to, which he's done already in the past, contact mentioned him before, that he was going to mess up my career, mess up the guys' careers that follow me in like my Instagram stories and my posts.
Yeah.
And I'm not sexualized or anything on social media.
Right.
Hold on, sis.
So
Okay, so I believe he used that as a threat to her, saying that if she does cheat again with anybody else, assuming, in my opinion, that the person that she cheated with the first time was in the military, he used that against her to say, if you do it again, I'm going to mess up your career, your military career, and I'm going to take the children. But instead, she did this physical thing to him and kept pushing. And then she also had those guys in the DM, which showed him, the husband, that she was not going to change her ways, and he showed her better than he could tell her. That's the last word. Yes.
That part. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've been asking for divorce for 2 years, but
what stops you from filing?
I've been contacting people all morning. I had a feeling he was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know the first steps. I mean, I don't have support. I don't have family. I don't have anything.
Okay. I'm gonna have you sit down here. Okay. Put your phone down. Turn around.
Okay, so I just want to say this right here. I just want to say this right here. She said that she was trying to get a divorce for the last 2 years. She haven't been trying hard enough because in the military, you can get a divorce. You can go to the JAG officers and speak with someone that's a lawyer. They'll appoint you a lawyer, and you can get a divorce. So that's just an excuse. Just wanted to reiterate that piece.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for doing so. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of different things to interpret in these videos. People show you the story that everybody thinks they're good actors and actresses.
Yes, but she definitely could have got a divorce if she really wanted one, especially she's been trying to do it for the last 2 years.
That
Really?
part.
And then
But you know what?
she has children by this man too, and they will also give her allotment every month for those children and her for spousal support for those babies. If she really wanted a divorce, she could have got out of that, regardless of what rank what rank he is in. I know that for a fact.
Yes, and she doesn't have any excuse, but what this indicates to me is that she failed to have a game plan, which means her priorities were out of whack and her focus seemed to be on men, relationships outside of her marriage, and the opposite sex. But that's just my opinion.
I agree with you. And now, anybody that's watching this video, listen, if you're gonna be doing the things that this young woman did, just make sure you prepare like a Girl Scout, have your ducks in a row, and your bank account private from your relationship with your husband or whoever you're into, so that if you have to walk away without hurting the children, watching you all argue back and forth for all these years, because it's a toxic relationship, you need to have your own. So feather your nest, ladies and gentlemen.
And gentlemen, amen. Let's go.
Right now, you're under arrest for simple battery under the Domestic Violence Act. Okay.
The woman was formally charged. She was brought before a court and charged with 2 counts of simple battery in connection with the incident. The charges reflected the seriousness of her actions and highlighted the need to address domestic violence cases with the seriousness they deserve.
The additional ticker on the bottom of the screen, the new one, if there's any videos or any topics that have videos, that you would like us to react and give our perspective on, my Instagram is at the bottom. Please feel free to send me a link, and then I will transfer that on to Miss Yo, and we will go from there.
And if you read that out, your Instagram is Miss Akimi. Is that a 1 on Instagram? Yep,
Yeah.
at Miss Akimi 1 on Instagram. So keep those videos coming. And even if you don't, we're gonna be pushing these videos out just like that. So we're gonna make it happen on these YouTube streets because we know how to get in where we fit in. And we're gonna see y'all on these streets later. All right, thanks, Mr. Kimmy. I'm gonna holler at you later, Shirley.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, sis. Peace and blessings, and appreciate you and your perspective.
Likewise.
Okay. All right, y'all. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Appreciate your presence. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Hit that like button on your way out, and we will see you on the next round. Peace.